Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are doing part 4 of trying to complete every Nook Miles card in 2026, and we're not doing so well. You will see that we did complete, I think, like 1 or 2 of the Nook Miles cards, and we made progress on cornering the stock market, which doesn't really make a difference because the end goal for that I think is like 10 million bells or something, and I have not played on this island really at all since I transferred it over to my Animal Crossing Edition Switch. I'll get to that in a minute though. Real quick, you'll notice that even though I am not going to show Isabelle like every single day, and I'm not going to be going to the roost every single day, we are going day by day. I date skipped, I time skipped, time traveled, whatever you want to call it, to get to about current time because I have been neglecting this save. And also I was actually ahead for a long time. I was ahead of time in the game compared to like real world, but then my life caught up with me, and like I said, I haven't really like played on this island at all except for to do the outro and get a thumbnail image. Back to the whole save data transfer thing though that I kind of alluded to a minute ago. So I did get a Switch 2, and I did transfer my launch island to the Switch 2 along with all the other game data that I have on my Animal Crossing Edition Switch, and I took the red blue Switch that I had gotten where I was doing like a second island sort of situation and moved that data over to my Animal Crossing Edition Switch, and I did wipe the red blue Switch, like it's been factory reset and whatever. I am gonna try and sell it probably, so that's neither here nor there though. You guys probably don't care about that. I did stress myself out a little bit. I talked about this in my recent content because I, despite following all of Nintendo's directions, was concerned that something might not work, especially when transferring data from Switch 1 to Switch 2. So I actually just ended up using the island transfer tool, which worked fine, except I was very confused about how virtual game cards work. And also my edition of Animal Crossing that I have like on my Animal Crossing Edition Switch that I now have on the Switch 2, it's the physical cartridge, but obviously like the Happy Home Paradise DLC is a digital download. So I had to obviously insert the physical game cartridge into the Switch 2, but then also move the virtual game card off of my Animal Crossing Edition Switch and onto my Switch 2. The Animal Crossing copy that I have on my red blue Switch that's now on my Animal Crossing Edition Switch is a digital download that I bought off the eShop because I'm playing it on like a separate Nintendo account because I want to be able to just like back up my main island to my regular Nintendo account to Nintendo servers in case something goes wrong or weird or whatever. I have the save data backup thing on like for Animal Crossing in the settings menu, and I also have it on for the second island that I've been doing. And also I think it has something to do with Nook Link as well. If you don't have your Nook Link registered to the proper island or something, I don't think you can use it because it's per island. It's not like per Nintendo account. Like you have to do it again if you restart your island. I talked about this in the Nook Link video that I did kind of recently because I hadn't been a part of the whole Nook Link thing on my second island, but I was on it from my launch island. And I also think I completely forgot to download the freebies from the eShop that you can get with like the Switch Lite colors and that leaf print dark green rug that they have. I'll have to grab those at some point because they're just there on the eShop. Like they're completely free. If you have Animal Crossing, you can just like download them. So that's cool if you guys didn't know about that. I think they've been there since launch. It's not like a separate thing that you have to claim through like the Nintendo rewards thing or through Nook Link or whatever. It's just available in the eShop when you search Animal Crossing as like a free download. I've also been trying but kind of failing to terraform on this island and to make it like look nice. I think I said originally I didn't want to terraform because I wanted to try and keep everything like natural looking. The point of this wasn't to terraform and make a nice looking island, but then I realized we needed to get to 5 stars to get the golden watering can recipe, and I know that that doesn't mean anything. I don't have to terraform to get to 5 stars. It just is a matter of how many items and trees and whatever do I have throughout all of the acres of the map, because that's all the game cares about. That's what the metrics mean. Like when you ask Isabelle for evaluation information or whatever. They don't care if your island is beautifully terraformed. They just care what the item and natural occurrence dispersal is, I guess, or whatever. Like how many flowers, trees, shrubs, and if it's easy for villagers to like get around. Because if you get a thing about like villagers getting lost in the trees or whatever, that usually means that you have too many trees on 1 acre of your island, which I don't typically do because I also get lost if that's happening. And it's just easier to not do that for me, but whatever. You guys don't really care. Anyway, I tried to make a cul-de-sac and then I ran out of space and then I tried to make it again on like the left hand. So originally I started on the lower right. Didn't work out. Tried to make it again on the upper left hand portion of the map. Also ran out of space, and it probably would have been easier to start originally on the upper left hand portion of the map because that meant that it would be easier to manipulate the water and the cliffs and only have to move like 1 or 2 pieces of infrastructure. Because on the bottom right, it would have been right next to the river mouth for the south facing river that the river flows into or whatever. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm saying. And obviously ran out of space because of the beach. So I abandoned the project completely. So there's essentially like 2 parts of this island that are partially decorated. And by that, I mean like the framework is there, like the pathing is there for me to put stuff onto. I just didn't do it. And to be honest with you guys, I don't know if I'm going to go back and redo it or if I'm going to stick with the plan. I really did want to do a cul-de-sac, but I think in order for that to happen at all in general, I need to start from like a fresh map, like a blank slate. I don't want to do it on the second level cliffs either. I feel like it would look more normal if it was on the ground level, but let me know what you guys think because I've seen a lot of cul-de-sac builds in this game and all of them are on like the main level of the cliffs, like on the main level of the island. Like they're not on the second or third level of cliffs. We're also only working with a very limited amount of space, which is again difficult because you run out of space. And I wish that terraforming wasn't so tedious in this game. I wish it was easier like how it is in Pokopia, even though right now for me it kind of is tedious because I haven't unlocked all of the things to be able to transform into in Pokopia. But I also haven't been showing like any gameplay from it like I talked about because I don't know what to show. I'm literally just running around. I'm almost like, I don't know, maybe 70% of the way through the storyline. I don't know how far I am. I've unlocked the last area, like the last region, and I'm going through the storyline with Tinkaton to try and rebuild that giant building. So I know I have like more to the story left and there's a ton more Pokemon that I have to find and more habitats to build and items to collect and whatever. But honestly, I'm just taking it slow. Even though I do want to play every day, I do want to run around. I can't. I'm working. And also, I'm taking it slow because I don't want to get burned out on the game. Anyway, you'll see that Gwen decided to leave pretty early on, which I think is fine. I did like her, but it was time for us to have somebody else. And Mint was actually an autofill, which was very cool. I had her on my main island and I thought that's where she came from, but she didn't say where she came from when she moved in. So I'm assuming that she's just like a random villager from the void. I've also still been slowly working on Happy Home Paradise in the background. I haven't really made much of a like break in it, I guess, since the last time I played this game. I think I'm still sitting at around 27 houses done. I can't remember, something like that, in the mid to high 20s, I guess, because we already unlocked the ability to use the whole entire shopping catalog, like from Nook's Shopping, in the Paradise Planning builds, but we're still not close enough to do the music festival or redesign houses on the main island. I am glad though that we were able to unlock all of the vendors at Harv's Co-op. I think that that's really helpful. I have been going to Cyrus and having him customize a few things here and there, but mostly I've been going to Treasure Islands to get stuff in bulk. It's just easier. I use Nook's Treasure Islands, which is on Twitch, and they also have a Discord server, and they have like an order bot system that you can order from if you subscribe to them. I use my Twitch Prime on them, so I'm not like actually like paying for it extra, I guess, out of pocket, because it just comes with my Amazon Prime that I'm paying for. But I have found that to be very beneficial, specifically when it comes to like the stuff from the Nook Miles, not Nook Miles, the stuff from the Nook Stop, the resident services kiosk. Like if I want 40 topiaries or streetlights or whatever, I'm not gonna wait and order them like 5 at a time from the thing. I'm just gonna go grab a bunch, and that way I can just customize the color of them when I do the order instead of having to schlep them all to Cyrus and have him do it. And the other thing that I think is stupid is that like when you customize something with Cyrus, you leave the screen when you're done talking to him. Like he's not asking you if you want to keep going. Or I don't know, if I have like 10 of the same thing in my pockets and want to customize them all the same color, why can't I just do that at once? Like batch customization, I guess. Which like they didn't do batch customization in 3.0. We got batch crafting up to an amount of 10. I guess I'm spoiled because I've been playing Pokopia and you can just craft like whatever. Although the one thing that Animal Crossing did right apart from Pokopia is the storage system. Storage in Pokopia is terrible. I hate it. I'm not used to it. I'm not used to having storage chests because like I don't play Stardew Valley or whatever, so I don't know. And I only played Story of Seasons a little bit, like the Pioneers of Olive Town one. I have, I think, about 100 hours in the game, maybe. I don't know. I'm not that far into it though. It's just like me running around and having fun. And I also haven't touched it in quite a while. But I think that it's annoying that in Pokopia, you have to like either, I think if you have crafting bench like with a bunch of chests in a house that you can just pull from all of the chests at once or something, which is fine. But if everything is outside, it only pulls from like 4 chests that are connected to the bench. And even so, the chests themselves have a defined amount of inventory spaces. And the big ones that they have in the game, in my opinion, don't have enough space to store everything because I hoard a bunch of materials. Not so much items, but like materials to craft stuff. And I wish I could just throw it all into like a central storage space. I do have, I don't know if it's like, I think it's the top upgrade for the backpack. I've gotten all the pocket upgrades in Pokopia, so that's good, but like the storage thing is so annoying. I'm constantly forgetting where I put stuff. I know you can like put frames on the chests and customize them and whatever to make it be like, this is what's in here, but I haven't been doing that, and I just want everything in one space. I just want to be able to get stuff out from somewhere, like the storage shed in New Horizons, which granted that wasn't added until like 2.0 or whatever, so we did have a good year and a half of not having that ability. And then even so, we weren't able to craft from our storage until 3.0, which was at this point like 4 months ago almost since that's come out, which is insane because New Horizons came out in 2020. Pokopia has had bulk crafting from the start, as have like I think every other cozy game except for Hello Kitty Island Adventure that was added in an update. But even so, I don't know, it doesn't make sense. I know that Pokopia wasn't necessarily made by Nintendo. I think it was a Game Freak game, but I wish that they would go about the storage system in a more intuitive way in Pokopia and also in New Horizons, I guess. Although now it's much better, but it just took them a really long time to get to this point. And I don't understand. But then again, I'm not like a person who knows anything about coding a video game. I literally know nothing. I just play the games. So I don't know how hard it would have been to implement, but I have a feeling it would have been easier to just do it from the start instead of in like 2 separate updates. I'm really interested to see what Tomodachi Life is going to be like. I do have the demo on my Switch too, but I haven't opened it yet to play it. I did say I wanted to do a video on the demo. I might still do that. I know we're kind of getting closer a little bit to the release date of it, but I don't think it could hurt to do the demo because I don't think the demo is going away. I think that like once a demo is on the eShop, it's just like there, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But considering it's also a Nintendo property, I feel like that it would be stupid if they just like randomly got rid of the demo down the line. But what do I know? I know nothing. I've never played Tomodachi Life. Like I didn't play the version on the DS. I really don't know a whole lot about it apart from what I saw in the direct about the Switch version, as well as like a couple of videos that I've seen on YouTube of the DS version and talking to people who played the DS version. I don't think I knew that it was around when I actively was playing on my DS. And I don't know like what version of the DS that Tomodachi Life was even for, because I have like an original Nintendo DS and I have like the new 2DS XL or whatever because I can't really see 3D stuff that well. So I didn't want to like buy the 3DS and I needed something with a larger screen. So that's why I got like the 2DS XL. That was also like a few years ago. It was like way before I started this channel. I kind of wish it was easier to capture gameplay footage from a DS. It's like near impossible. You either have to like send it off somewhere for somebody to put a capture card on it, or you have to like do some weird janky thing, I think, to be able to capture gameplay video, and I'm not about to do that. Like, it was enough for me to get an Elgato capture card and plug it into my Switch to be able to do this. I don't think I have the knowledge to do a capture card for my DS. Not that I would really want to either, because I don't really play it that often. I don't even really know where it is. Is that bad? That's bad. It's in a drawer somewhere, I think. I also think I still have my original Game Boy Advance that I got when I was like 10. I got it for my birthday that year. I vividly remember. It's the pink one that you can like see the insides of, and I don't know what shape it's in. I think the last time that I had it in my hand, there was tape holding the battery pack thing to the back of it. Not the battery pack, but like the compartment that you open up to replace the batteries. I think that there was like some scotch tape or something holding that in place because it's been through a lot. And I have my Game Boy Advance SP as well somewhere. I think probably wherever my Game Boy Advance original and my original DS are. I think they're all like together, as well as all the games that I had. And I had more Game Boy Advance games than I did original DS games. Like I had a good collection of DS games, but I feel like overall I had more Game Boy games. And the good thing about the original DS is that you could play Game Boy games on it, which was really cool. And I wish that they had kind of kept that capability as they kept evolving the DS line of products. I feel like all that's a lost art. Like I really like physical media, but also I don't really have like the space to put anything. So the only physical Switch games that I have are Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and my Animal Crossing, like the New Horizons one that I got at launch. And I don't even know why I got a physical version of Mario Kart. I should have just gotten the digital download because I haven't played it in a million years because my Animal Crossing cartridge lives in my Switch that I have that Mario Kart game on. I also have not opened up Mario Kart World. I got the bundle with Mario Kart World when I got my Switch 2, downloaded the game, have not opened it. I would like to at some point, but I've been too busy with life, and also Pokopia has been like the only game that I've really enjoyed playing. Let's go back to Animal Crossing real quick for a few minutes though. I can't believe that we not only caught a golden trout with literally no effort. First off, I was shocked that that even just appeared out of nowhere. I didn't use any bait. I was just walking around one morning looking for fish. I didn't even know what it was. I thought it was just going to be like something common. It was the golden trout. We also finished the fossil collection. I think this is literally the fastest time I've ever done this in my life, at least like in New Horizons. Granted, I've only done it really on my launch island. I think it also didn't take me that long to do it in New Leaf, but I think I got help from friends. However, this was all me. I didn't use online. I didn't use a treasure island. I just like dug up the fossils. This was just pure luck, pure RNG working in our favor for this game, which is amazing. That really doesn't happen that often. Also, we got the golden axe recipe, which is huge. So for those of you who watched my golden tools video, I misspoke, although you probably don't care. Might have realized that by now. I'm surprised nobody called me out on it. I said in the video that you have to break 100 regular axes in order to get the golden axe recipe. You just have to break 100 axes of any type. You could just break 100 flimsy axes and be fine. As you saw, I think the axe that we broke was a flimsy axe, and we got the golden axe recipe. We just need to work on the shovel, which is the bane of my existence with Gulliver, and you know, the net and rod, and the watering can, which is easy, and the slingshot, which is also annoying because of the balloons. However, when I opened up my game last for a few minutes, we were in Bunny Day season because I'm in like real time now, and I'm pretty sure that the balloons you pop during Bunny Day season that have like the eggs in them count towards your overall balloons. I didn't actually check, but it would make sense if they did because they are balloons. So I'm hoping that will help us get to the golden slingshot faster. But so far, I think we're doing okay. I know I didn't show any terraforming, but that's really because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just running around and trying to like do stuff and put down paths, and it's annoying, and I haven't done it in a while because I've been playing Pokopia and I've been just like busy in general. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be back at some point with part 5. I don't know when. Please leave any comments, feedback, and suggestions down below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.